Good morning, you guys, and welcome to the video. Today's video is going to be a what I eat in a day, focusing on body recomposition, because those are really my goals right now. So a lot of high protein meals that I'll show you today. First, I like to start my day with some movement in the morning. So this week is a deload week, so it's a lot of longer walks in the morning, getting in my fresh air and my steps. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm someone that always wakes up hungry. So I do like to try to get breakfast in as soon as possible. And I also love to have my morning coffee, which I won't have on an empty stomach. So just gonna finish the walk and then I'll show you guys my absolute hyperfixation breakfast meal that I've been having for the past couple of weeks. Okay, so you guys would have already seen what I ate for breakfast. I was gonna sit down and like talk about it as I ate it, but my fiance was like not feeling very good this morning, and I felt like that was gonna be a little bit overstimulating. So what I've been doing lately, and I'm like so addicted to this, is I do half a cup of, well, lactose-free, excuse you. I do half a cup of lactose-free cottage cheese, and then I do 2 pieces of sourdough and 2 eggs, and it's so yummy, it's so filling. It's 33 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber, so I feel like it just sets my day up perfectly. I thought that I would give you guys like a little bit of kind of a tip with each meal, so you get a few tips of how I'm prioritizing like what I'm eating and kind of what my plans are for my body recomposition goals, because I know body recomposition is like a really hot topic. Can you not? So I just wanted to give some tips that I've been implementing for the past 3 months that seem to be really helping me. So I'm just gonna make my little electrolyte and creatine drink. I use the Organica electrolytes with collagen, and then just Jack Factory creatine monohydrate, and I like to sip on that while I start work, because I start work in about 8 minutes, so I gotta kind of get going. But after I make my drink, I'll sit down for a few minutes and give you guys my first tip for my body recomposition kind of diet. Okay, so like I said, guys, I am focusing on body recomposition right now. So if you're not familiar, what that means is I am trying to burn fat and gain muscle at the same time, which why this is controversial is because some people don't really believe you can be in like a fat phase or a fat burning phase and a muscle growing phase at the same time. Now, if you did do like a bulk and a cut, I do think it would happen a little bit quicker. However, for me and my mental space, I just didn't really want to put any sort of restrictions around like under eating, overeating. I think I would find it really mentally hard to be in a bulk. And that's just for me personally. So I'm taking more of the body recomposition route, which means I'm trying to eat at like my maintenance calories, which it turns out are actually about 500 calories more than I thought it was after meeting with my naturopath. And then I'm just focusing on like really high protein foods, and that's not ignoring. I'm still trying to get my carbs and my fats and my fiber and my micronutrients in and things too. But if you're trying to track, I would really focus on that protein aspect if you're trying to do body recomposition. Now, my first tip for eating healthy in general, no matter what your physique goals, no matter what your nutrition goals are, is I would say I pick a handful of like staple meals that I really enjoy that fall within kind of those macros or goals that I set. So for me, that might look like they're high protein, have a decent amount of fiber, and are like nutritious and filling. So I'll usually pick like a handful of ones that I really enjoy that are easy to make. And then I just kind of like stick to those and rotate through them for like, I'd say like a month at a time. Now I'm someone that can like kind of eat the same thing every day as long as it's something I enjoy. So it doesn't bother me to like have the same meals a lot. If you are somebody that needs to have something different every day, then I would just create maybe a bigger list. So for me right now, that breakfast that I just ate is an example of that. It literally takes me 5 minutes to make. It's super filling and I look forward to it every single morning. And I know that eating it gets me to my goals. It takes out all of that thinking piece because you're already doing so many like extra things and thinking when you're on like a health and wellness journey, especially when you're starting out. You're worrying about your exercise, you're worrying about your food, you're worrying about your sleep, your water. Like, take a breath. Let's make the eating a little bit easier. So yeah, pick things you like, and those staple meals, and aim for like 30 to 40 grams of protein. And each staple meal, I do the same with snacks. I buy the same snacks every week because I know it kind of takes like the guesswork out of it. I know if I eat these every day, I'm kind of hitting the same amount of calories, the same amount of like protein, fat, carbs, micronutrients. It's really easy that way. So that is tip number one. I'll pop back in with the next tip. Okay, so this is like another one of these like hyperfixation meals. So what I do is I do half an avocado, 1 tablespoon of the spicy mayo. I do rice, which I took in some bone broth for extra protein, and then 1 can of salmon. And I kind of mix it all together. And guys, it is so good. And then I just kind of like mash this up into like what is it called? Like a salmon salad. So like tuna salad vibes. So you mash it all up and then I mix it into the rice. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I did add a little bit of cucumber just because I like to try to add like a little bit of extra veggies throughout the day. Sometimes I'll make this with quinoa and then I'll have like rice crackers to scoop. Kind of just depends what I'm feeling that day, but I felt like some rice because I find it a little bit more filling. I love this meal. It's like 28 grams of protein, delicious, really filling. So I've been having this for lunch a lot. It takes like literally like 3 minutes to prepare. So 10 out of 10 recommending trying this. All right, so I just finished having my snack, as you guys saw. So it was just Greek yogurt with some protein granola, and I love that. It's like a little sweet dessert after lunch, and it really just helped keep me full until the afternoon when I have my next snack. So this brings us to tip number 2, which is planning ahead. So this really snowballs off of tip number 1, because I think it's really easy to get to the end of the day and realize like, oh my gosh, I didn't have any protein, or I had no fiber today, or it's dinner time and I have to eat like 1,000 calories and I'm gonna feel really sluggish and gross. Like, it's so easy for the day to get away from you. So I really try to plan it out either the night before or the morning. Like, what am I roughly gonna eat tomorrow? I know some people maybe don't like that because you just want to like eat what you feel like, but I think it's really a slippery slope for not hitting kind of those goals, or you accidentally like way overeat in the morning and then you're feeling like you have to restrict in the afternoon, which again is just not like a sustainable thing, and we really want to be sustainable and consistent. So what I like to do is every morning I kind of map out what I'm going to eat. Sometimes I do it the night before, but I'll really put in like those main meals. So for example, I took ground turkey out of the fridge yesterday, so I know I'm making something with ground turkey, so I'll like add that into my tracking app. Now you don't have to track, but this is how I do it. And then I can kind of build around that and be like, okay, like I'm always hungry in the afternoon, so what do I want to have for snacks? And this really helps me mindfully choose my foods and be able to like change them up before I've ate them, and then I'm trying to like play either catch up or correct what I've eaten, if that makes sense. Being proactive is really massive in, I think, a health and fitness journey in general. So I highly recommend, whether it's meal prep, whether it's planning out your meal for the day, tracking them, just being mindful of the choices and planning ahead so that you're not like stuck in this like, oops, I accidentally did X, if that makes sense. All right, it is time for dinner. And I am feeling like so unmotivated to cook anything. So that's gonna bring me to tip number 3. Always have healthy options on hand that are easy. So today I did not feel like cooking. My fiance was like, do you want to just like order something in? And I was like, no, I bought ground pork. I have like healthy sweet potatoes that I've already prepped that are in the freezer. We literally just have to bake them. So now instead of like probably resorting to something that's not so good, I have a healthier option that's still gonna help me meet my goals. So like the easier you can make it, the better. So tonight I am making us homemade lean ground pork burgers, just because it was on sale and I feel like we've been spending like an astronomical amount on groceries lately. I'm gonna put Tex-Mex cheese in it, 1 egg, and then I have like these extremely freezer burnt buns just because they're like a little bit thinner. They're whole wheat. They have some fiber in there. And then the sweet potato fries and a little bit of spicy mayo. I'll probably cut up, I don't know, maybe some lettuce or tomatoes or something and just see. Like I said, I'm just feeling kind of unmotivated and blah. So I think it's just, we're doing what we can do. And yeah, and that will be our last meal of the day. So I'll show you guys that. All right, guys, so I am officially done eating now for the day. Those burgers were ice maker, how rude. Those burgers were really good. I did end up eating 130 grams of protein today and 28 grams of fiber, and I pretty much hit my calorie goal perfectly, which is amazing for hitting those body recomposition goals. I actually am thinking of doing a whole like body recomposition series, since that's kind of just what I'm doing right now. I thought it might be interesting to track my progress and my journey and share any little tips and tricks I pick up along the way. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're still here, please, please, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I'm like so grateful. I'm so excited to be finally making YouTube videos, and I'm really, really gonna try to be consistent with it and post every Monday. So thanks so much, guys. I hope you have an incredible rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.